Shocking allegations against Will Smith, a violinist who was a finalist on America's Got Talent and performed in Smith's band. Music is accusing the star of predatory behavior. Snorts. I know to do what we do, you gotta be able to have people talk crazy about you. And it's already known that Benny Medina has done things. It's not like I'm trying to throw dirt on a man's name. I'm just telling y'all what happened and how Shan Korea went. You heard about this tape that's being shocked around a DD and another male. They say the other male is an A-list celebrity. There's only one that I could come up with. Will Smith. Kevin Hart, music, just said out loud what no one was expecting him to reveal. And the things he exposed about Will Smith and how the industry changed him, music, are insane. From allegations of abuse within the Smith family to humiliation rituals, music, and even stories about Will being groomed, this story keeps getting darker. In this video, we're going to look at exactly what Kevin Hart said about Will Smith. But I've had people throw millions of dollars in my face to do something I didn't want to do. And what just you've been offer? Yeah. Oh, they're in the room. Yeah, I don't want to. That was my way of cueing you. Like it's open dialogue. You want me to keep talking about it? By all means, we can talk about anything. But laughter. But don't do it. Yeah. Will Smith used to be one of the most respected actors in Hollywood. But in the last few years, as more and more information about his relationship with Jada and her open relationships has come out, music things have continuously gone downhill. Everyone is asking the same question. Why is Will crying on camera every time his family is mentioned instead of actually fixing his marriage? Why does Will allow himself to be humiliated again and again on national TV? You know, E.A. Perel is coming to the table. She's going to be at the red table. Would you say she has been instrumental in you and I redefining our relationship? I would say, don't just start filming me without asking me. Oh my goodness, if you could film, stay there. Come help us again, please. I'm still dealing with foolishness. Don't. No. Because she don't, just... Would you say that she helped us heal the hurts that we caused one another? My social media presence is my bread and butter. Okay. So, you can't just use me for social media and not, don't just start roll. I'm standing in my house. Kevin Hart recently connected the dots, and during the BET Awards show ceremony, he actually made fun of the celebrities that were partying with Diddy. Some of the biggest celebrities in the world, billionaires and industry leaders were in the crowd. What did Kevin tell them to do? Well, listen for yourself. Allegedly, Will Smith's rise to fame wasn't without some sacrifices. Will Smith didn't get casted in his breakout role in Fresh Prince simply because of his talent. Will's manager, Benny Medina, saw Will at one of the same after-parties, this time held by Harvey Weinstein. As soon as Benny saw Will, he asked everyone to clear the room so he could audition. Music Will Smith then and there. Now guess what happened to Benny Medina? Now here's the deal. And here's how you got to look at it, right? Y'all don't understand that why y'all only heard 3 albums out of Shannon his whole entire life and career is because I was blackballed in the music industry. Why? For calling Benny Medina a bundle of sticks. Okay, but before that, now remember when I first came out with my albums, you see Sham with the Puma suits and you see Sham with the Pumas and b-boying. Now, once I got to Warner Brothers, what happened? They tried to mold and shape me into something else and make my image more acceptable by people. So, they wanted me to be in the tuxedo. I went with it, because then you going to listen to the caller with the check, right? So here comes Play It Again, Shan. But that all was a move to develop Shan into this Fresh Prince guy. We ain't in a rush. I'm on Warner Brothers. All of the dots are connected, but they didn't connect the dots that I was from the projects, and I don't play that, so. And so, from the time that I told Benny Medina what I said to him, my career went, and I was up for that role. And it's not you know what I'm saying? It's not like I'm putting this out there just to try and I'm telling my story. So if y'all don't want to hear my story, you want to get mad because I'm telling you what I know. What I know, that's your business, because I know Benny Medina is that kind of dude, right? I was up for that role. Now I ain't got... Listen, people are saying whatever they say about him now. I'm just saying that I know what happened with Kevin Campbell. Kevin Campbell was a nice little kid when I met him. Next thing you know, I just dodged that bullet because I knew what a PED looked like before he even tried to approach me with that. You know what I'm saying? And it's already known that Benny Medina has done things. It's not like I'm trying to throw dirt on a man's name. I'm just telling y'all what happened and how Shan Korea went. How you going to tell Benny Medina? Oh my God. You know what I'm saying? MC Shan said no to Benny, and that's why he lost his role in The Fresh Prince. Now guess the one person who didn't say no. That's right. Will Smith. Will was willing to do whatever it takes to get famous. He even said this after his slapping incident during the Oscars. A lot of time in this industry, you have to say yes to things you hate. Snorts. Now, I know to do what we do, you gotta be able to take abuse. You gotta be able to have people talk crazy about you. In this business, you gotta be able to have people disrespecting you, and you gotta smile, and you gotta pretend like that's okay. Snorts. But Richard Williams. And snorts. What I loved, thank you, D. Denzel said to me a few minutes ago. He said, "At your highest moment, be careful. That's when the devil comes for you." Applause. Will Smith's obedience only started when he said yes to Benny Medina. It continued well into his relationship. By now, everyone knows that Jada has been cheating on Will for years, while Will has to stand by and pretend as if everything is music, all right. During an episode of her show, Red Table Talk, Jada actually laughed about how she cheated on Will, while Will could only cry and look miserable. Will is being forced to endure this because in this industry, music, there is no loyalty. Everybody talks about you all the time, you know. Just lots of rumors and tabloids and all of that. And you're very careful in the book, without not in a whiny way or whatever. Let me clarify this, right? Let me clarify these things that have been said. And one of the things that you are careful to clarify is it was never an open relationship? Thank you. I'm glad. Yes. It was a transparent. You say it's a transparent relationship? And what do you mean by that? So transparent meaning, look, I wasn't going to fool myself into thinking that, we as 20-year-olds babies, mind you, getting married and living in Tinseltown, music, spending a lot of time apart. Okay? That we weren't going to run into temptation situations. You're young, beautiful, rich temptation. We're apart a lot. Temptation is raining down. Right. Exactly. Right. And I'm like, hey, we got to be in partnership with this. Like, I wanted to face it head on and just music, go, I didn't want to create a culture of deceit or betrayal music between us. And I just wanted to be real about it from the gate. I had seen so much just with I knew what street fame brought, dudes. Okay, I knew what street fame brought, and I'm like, if street fame does that, I can only imagine what global fame does. And from me, my own experience walking into rooms, all eyes on me, and how intoxicating that was as a young woman, music. You know what I mean? It's like I had been there and done that, you know, in regards to my earlier years, music, before I met Will. But I just knew that I just wasn't going to set myself up that way. But it was never an open marriage, you know, and music, like either one of us get to do whatever we want to do. That was never the case. As you say in the book, it's about eliminating the possibility of betrayal. Yeah. If something happens or you want it to happen, talk about it. Absolutely. This is the healthiest way to go in. Listen, because it happens to everybody. Laughter. Everybody. Will allowed himself to be G, so he would be picked for the role of Fresh Prince. Music. Like Diddy, the abuse that Will faced turned him into a monster, too. Just weeks ago, a new lawsuit was filed against Will for assault and groom. Shocking allegations against Will Smith. A violinist who was a finalist on America's Got Talent and performed in Smith's band is accusing the star of predatory behavior. Jim Murray has the details. Will Smith faces serious allegations in an explosive lawsuit just filed. This violinist is accusing Smith of predatory behavior and sexual exploitation. Before filing the lawsuit, he posted this cryptic message. Unfortunately, some things happened, and I can't get into the details of exactly what that was. Brian Joseph King made a name for himself when he competed on America's Music Got Talent and dazzled the audience and judges with his incredible talent, placing as a top 3 finalist in 2018. Judge Heidi Klum was so impressed she ran on stage and gave him a hug. Last year, Joseph was hired to go on tour with Will Smith and his band. Today, the violinist claims Smith told him, "You and I have such a special connection that I don't have with anyone else." He says after he made allegations of harassment to Will Smith's management team, he was fired. Getting fired or getting blamed or shamed or threatened or anything like that, simply for reporting sexual misconduct or safety threats at work, is not okay. Will Smith's attorney is firing back, calling the allegations false, baseless, and reckless. They are categorically denied, and we will use all legal means available to address these claims and to ensure that the truth is brought to light. And this is only one of the allegations recently put forward. This has been going on for years. Allegations of an intimate relationship between Will Smith and Dwayne Martin put forward by Will Smith's closest security guard are only some of the recent issues plaguing Will's marriage with Jada. The lies actually run much deeper, and it's not just a one-time fling that Will is being accused of. And then I saw sexual acts that I walked in on. Who did you walk in on? Him and Dwayne Martin? Okay. Hollywood is the hurry up and wait game. So 3 minutes later, after them telling me, hey, you got eyes on Will. We need him to come watch this. So I'm running all over the studio. He's not in his dressing room. I go to the cafeteria. I'm like, but I see his car there. I'm like, where is this guy at? So now I'm holding Dwayne down too. So I have the keys to his dressing room. So I'm like, yo, and they're calling I'm on walkie-talkie, and they calling my cell phone. Yo, we need to get Will here. I'm like, yo, kind of down, like, I'm trying to find this. Like, this is unlike him, right? So, all right. I open the door to Dwayne's dressing room, and that's when I see Dwayne and having in with Will. Let me process that for a second. It was a couch, and Will was bent over on the couch, and Dwayne was standing up like it was. Plus, we can't forget how Diddy and Will Smith were involved. Diddy was letting other men be intimate with his girlfriend just like Will. I saw a guy on the internet the other day who said he used to be your security guard who said that when you were dating J-Lo, Will Smith and Jada tried to pick her up on a threesome, and you were going to beat up Will Smith. Is that true? I don't know what you're talking about, laughed Jimmy. Jimmy, I thought we was friends. What is this? We were at a birthday party that I think either Matt Damien was giving for Ben Affleck. It was just a little gathering. They was at the Four Seasons, Will Smith and his sister and her husband. We were all sitting on this side of the room. Matt Damien, Ben Affleck, Jennifer Lopez, Puff, Will Smith, and Jada. And it was sitting on the other side of the room. So, I know Puff so well that he stood up. When he stood up, he walked and did his arm some kind of way, and then he went like this, then I went over towards him. I know to go over there towards him. So I go towards him and he said to me, yo, I think Music Will and Jada is trying to scoop up Jennifer. I want you to stay close because I'ma snuff him. Laughter. I said to Laughter myself, we're still gonna beat the ISO out you now. Puff, 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 puff could scrap now, but I don't think he could beat Will Smith. You know what I'm saying? Well, he can scrap. Music. You know what I'm saying? So then he said that. So I didn't go back over there where Will Smith's sister and her husband was. I stayed in the about if he snuffed Will, I could move slow enough that Will could probably get 2 or 3 punches back in. Laughter. Yeah, Music, but that funny. He thought that Music Jada and Will was coming on too strong to Jennifer making advances. The involvement doesn't end with similar behavior or being at Diddy's parties. Will is actually on the freak-off tapes that Diddy Music made. Diddy's ex-bodyguard Gene Deal confirmed that Will was on the freak-off tapes. Gene has repeatedly stated that these recordings included multiple high-profile celebrities, and that Will Smith was one of the names he insists appeared in that footage. These tapes are with the FBI right now. You heard about this sex tape that's being shopped around to Diddy and another male. They say the other male is an A-list celebrity. I would wonder if he's white or black. Music. And if I'm looking at any black guys that are A-listers, music that's bigger than Diddy is only one that I could come up with. And there's a few I could come up with. Will Smith, he's bigger than Diddy. I would think Nick Cannon is bigger than Diddy. Who else on the black that are music black actors or black in the business that's a A-lister that's bigger than Diddy? That's black. That's hard to think. But then if you got the A-listers, music, you got to realize he ran with that black, that Rat Pack. And I don't want to even say their name because they said I got their names wrong last time. Laughter. What's his name? Kushner. What's it? What's another guy? Leonardo. Yeah. His name. Laughter. Man, I don't keep up with these cats, but I heard that that's not only the tape that's being shot, it's some other tapes out there. other people too with him and him doing some things with some other people, so snorts. It's quite a few tapes that might be out there, what they hearing, and I don't want to see the tapes, but I want to know if they really true, because if they got some cake tapes out there and this with some underage, whether it's celebrities or not, it's going to be crazy, bro. This interview destroyed whatever credibility Will Smith had left. Will is music doing everything to clear his name. During one of his concerts in San Diego, he publicly denounced any support for Diddy and said that he had nothing to do with him. But the world we're in right now is really hard for y'all to discern what's real and what's true, you know? And I've been seeing y'all memes and stuff. People be making memes. I see the memes. I said, no, some of that stuff is funny. Some of it's funny. But I haven't addressed any of this publicly, but I just want to say this very clearly. I don't have to do with Puffy, so y'all can stop all them. Cheering. I can stop all of that. I ain't been nowhere near no damn freak off. Cheering. Listen, I do enough of my own. Don't be putting me in other people's. I ain't been nowhere near that, man. I ain't did none of that stupid. So whenever y'all hear it, if somebody say that, it's a damn lie. Cheering. I don't even like baby oil. Laughter. No, but I haven't said that publicly. I just said y'all the first time. I usually don't respond to dumb stuff because it's people so many things, people say so much stuff, but that one, it was just y'all was your memes was doing too much. Y'all was having me. By far the worst thing Will has been accused of, however, is what he did to Bircher Gray, a young actor that Will was allegedly mentoring. Bircher Gray, star of Empire, has now started working as an adult entertainer. Will announced that he was going to mentor Brusher, but no one expected that this was what he meant by it. It's just great. I'm watching him, snorts. He's with my man Charlie Max. So Charlie was with me every step of the way. First out the limo. So Charlie has been with me, 30 years coming up in the business. So, he's surrounded by a whole lot of strength. He's surrounded by a whole lot of love. And all he has to do is add discipline, and he gonna be all right. It's like Uncle Will. You know who is best to give you advice, and it's Will Smith, and I'm getting so much good advice. I got my first acting role, Empire, and it's changing my life, and it's I'm listening from the greatest, and it's making me well prepared to work with Taraji and Terrence Howard. Put out an interview with Will Smith grabbing Alfonso Rivera, squeezing his nipple, and trying to put his finger in his Jada responded to the first global interview that I did with you. That was a global area. Yes. Yeah. It went all over the world. It was in Arabic. I saw it. Yeah. India everywhere. I talked for 2 hours. Okay. And I said some pretty what some people may think to be outrageous things, but I knew them to be true and had the evidence to show that it was true. That's when Jada responded out of anger, not out of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Because for her to be a global iconic superstar, you rushed to the Breakfast Club to say, number one, that I extorted you. There was a money shakedown. You said you didn't have all the facts. So that puts you in legal jeopardy right now. You said all the facts will come out. None of the facts came out. Now you will and yourself are in legal jeopardy. Her lawyer sends me a cease and desist letter, which I had to report him to the bar. Kenneth be hurt because he said I never knew Will, that I never worked for Will, and that he said he represented Willard Carroll Smith, which is real Will's real name. But he was asking me to take down statements from Jada. So that's what we call in-law overreaching. Music, you cannot, if you're saying you represent Will, you can't compel me to do something against Jada, right? So I already knew that I had him legally. So I said, okay, I got y'all. Now, Music, once that happened, there was another interview, of course, when she came outside and reiterated that she was suing. Right. Then there was another interview with TMZ just after that where one of the cameramen asked Jada, "Hey Jada, have you seen Will with any men before?" And her answer was, no. So now that's a lie too, because I put out an interview with Will Smith grabbing Alfonso Rivera P, squeezing his neck and trying to put his finger in his butt. After that, they reached out to me through many people. One being Charles Austin, aka Charlie Mack, the federal informant. He reached out to me through a friend. From my understanding, allegedly, it was Will and Charlie. As you can probably guess, Music Will completely denies that anything ever happened between him, Wayne Martin, or any other man. All of the witnesses are lying. Jada actually went on to the Breakfast Club to deny this, and said that she was going to sue Bilal forever, even making the claim. In the No Soccer Mom chapter, right? You shoot down every rumor there's ever been about y'all, that y'all are swingers, that y'all were both gay and playing each other's beers, that y'all were sleeping with whomever you choose. How does it feel in 2023 to still have those same rumors out about people you love like Will and Dwayne? I know that just came out too recently. Yeah. And let me just say this, it's ridiculous, right? And it's nonsense. And this is a person that tried a shake-it-down, a money shakedown that didn't work. We're going to take legal action. Because it's one thing to have your opinion about somebody versus just making up salacious, malicious stories. So that's actionable. So we going to roll with that. This never happened though, and I'll let Bilal explain why that is. Jada said she was going to sue you. Did she sue you? And why are you suing her? Can you elaborate there? So, well, yes. Jada went on several platforms, The Breakfast Club, TMZ, saying that she was going to sue me and so forth, and so Willow was going to sue me, and the answer is no. Because you can't sue somebody for telling the truth, right? That's number one. Then number two is that, I said in an interview if she didn't sue me, I was going to sue her. And I dared her to sue me, because like I said, being around Will for 38 years and Jada for almost 3 decades, I saw a lot of things that I believe to be criminal within that time. So, at the end of the day, if you want to say you're gonna sue or whatever, now's your chance. You could just counter-sue, right? But she hasn't done nothing yet. The only thing she's done was allegedly pay all these people like Megyn Kelly, the TMZs, and all these people to put smear campaigns out on it, right? The Megyn Kelly is calling me a glomer. I never knew Will. Well, how I never know Will, and we got, I'm on he just shot me out on his first album and all the way to his book, Will, his autobiography where he talks about me in the book, put my picture in the book, and put my name in the book. So it's no denying that. And if you play a little bit more, you'll see how repugnant and diabolical Megyn Kelly is for some money. Bilal wasn't lying, and other celebrities in the industry corroborated his claims. Music. What makes this even more disturbing is how consistently these stories follow the same formula. Powerful names, private rooms, and a system designed to protect stars at all costs while silencing anyone who speaks out. The rumors of Will Smith being gay and having gay relations with, who was it with? Laughter, I know, right? Hold on. So, apparently Will's assistant, which I don't know if this is true or not. I mean, the whole thing sounds fishy because the same guy tried to do an interview on my platform and I said no. But he claims he saw Will Smith with Dwayne Martin. Oh, yeah. I know. I know nothing about this. This is crazy. I mean, well, you should interview Tisha Campbell, who was married to Dwayne. Dwayne Smith. That'd be an interesting interview, wouldn't it? It would. You know her? I do. All right, let's make some phone calls. I don't know. Laughter. But I mean, And then there's, what would be said and what wouldn't be said, but, I heard more rumors about Dwayne than Will. Oh, you heard rumors about Dwayne? Oh. I heard some rumors about Will and Jada, which I won't mention because I'll get sued. Have I heard some rumors? Will Smith might still be standing, but Diddy is going down. Like Kevin Hart, 50 Cent is also coming after everyone that minors in Hollywood. Diddy's kids are coming to his rescue, but no one can save him now. We got Diddy's son, Christian Comas, and 50 Cent taking shots back and forth at each other. And all of this back and forth between 50 Cent and Diddy's son started because 50 Cent shared an already viral video of Christian Comas performing music with a group that did manage named Total. In this performance, Christian Comas is telling the audience, "I'm going to say bad and y'all say boy." And he keeps doing it and nobody's saying anything. And then Christian Comas comments on 50 Cent's post that includes this video of that happening, and he says the real reason why the senior citizen Curtis is angry and keeps posting me is because his baby mom, which I'm sure by now most of you know the lore that Diddy was with 50 Cent's baby mom, Daphne Joy Music, and she is one of the Jane Doe victims that testified against Diddy. And there are comments under Christian Comas' post tagging him like, "Hey, isn't that the same woman that put your dad in jail?" And even people saying, "How is he a senior citizen when your dad is older than 50 Cent?" Even have people in the comments telling Christian Combs to close music his mouth when he takes a picture. And this is because when Christian Combs and 50 Cent went at each other after the Diddy Netflix documentary dropped, where Christian Combs put on X on my dad, "If I see 50 Cent, I will F out of him." And then 50 Cent responded saying, "Little bro, close your mouth when you take pictures. I've been rich 3 different times. Sold records, sold shows, sold liquor, sold power. You're still living off Wi-Fi and legacy. Relax." And I was literally waiting all night last night for the reply from 50 Cent, because if music, you know him, you know he's going to say something back to Christian Combs, actually replying in music his comment section, which he did. He posted this funny video and said, "My son said after this song blow up, he's going to bail me out of jail." And 50 Cent says, "Come on, Christian. You can do better than that, man. LL. No, seriously, how's your case going? The one where you drugged the girl on the boat. Whether every allegation is ultimately music proven or not, one thing is undeniable. These stories are no longer staying behind closed doors, and as more insiders come forward, Hollywood music may finally be forced to confront the system it spent years protecting. Let me know what you think about these allegations in the comments below. Music. Do you believe Will Smith is a victim of the system or one of its beneficiaries?